Headphone users beware.
Horsepower, 650 foot-pounds of torque, a 0 to 60 time that rivals the Aston Martin DBS Superleggera and Lamborghini Huracan 580-2, which both cost 100,000 plus or more, while this one can be picked up for the same price as a second-hand Silverado. It's faster around Willow Springs Raceway than a McLaren 570S and 650 Spider, while boasting a manual transmission. Nope, it's not a Lamborghini, it's not a Ferrari, and it's not a Porsche. It's a good old Chevrolet, baby! Fuck me! Holy shit! 2017 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1, the king, the top of the line Camaro. And it goes around the Nürburgring 11 seconds faster than its predecessor ZL1 did. So let's look into what makes this thing an absolute machine. Now, I've had quite a bit of seat time in Chevrolet Camaros. When I was 17, my neighbor just happened to have a Gen 5 ZL1, and it had a few things done to it, and I went for a ride in it, and I'm still erect to this day. It's still one of the best times that I've ever had in a car. The noise, the experience, it was just, everything was amazing. I also happen to own one. Maybe almost 40 years old now, but I love my second gen Z28 Camaro. I restored it when I was 15 with my dad. It's got a very special place in my heart. And I've had quite a bit of seat time in Gen 6 Camaros as well. I love them. I've driven the V6 variant, and I had a great time driving the V8 SS, where during an acceleration while I was trying to record on my phone, the sheer force from the thing ripped my phone out of my hand and I dropped it. And I thought that, at 455 horsepower, was fast. So let's see how this one does with a little itty bitty 200 horsepower more. Now, the 2017 Camaro ZL1 comes as a coupe or a convertible. Guess which one I have here today? Right, very good. We're off to a flying start. This is the coupe, and finished in all black, it's one of the most menacing things going down the road. The last time I saw something this aggressive, I was dropping a date off at her house an hour past her curfew. Yikes. The whole body of the ZL1 is plastered with Scarlett Johansson-esque bulges, which make this standard Camaro look painfully ordinary. But there is function to its beefiness. The front fenders on the ZL1 are 0.6 inches wider than a standard Camaro SS fenders, both to cover the ZL1's Trojan Magnum size rubber and to feed more cool air to the heat exchangers found in the grille. Much like how my nose sticks out profusely from my body, so does the Camaro ZL1's. It's really hard to miss it. The snout on this thing is massive, and Chevy says it was shaped in the wind tunnel. Camaro and wind tunnel in the same sentence? Then again, unlike mine, this nose has lots of work to do. Its job is to manage the air between cooling the brakes and powertrain, as well as keep this car suctioned to the pavement. And even though it's massive, it still somehow has 2% less frontal area than the previous generation Camaro. And while we're up here, contrary to Chevrolet's standard bow tie logo, on the ZL1, you get this thing called a flow tie. It's essentially a hollowed out bow tie, and it's used to maximize airflow to the Camaro's power plant. The flow tie allows another 3 cubic meters of air through the grille per minute, as well as a drop in coolant and oil temperatures 2 degrees. So I guess it's worth it then. Now, cooling is kinda important when you share a gargantuan power plant with the Corvette Z06. This is the 6.2 liter LT4 V8 engine. And because a 6.2 liter V8 just doesn't make enough horsepower on its own, this has a supercharger on top. Now this engine is identical to the Z06 motor, from its forged rods and pistons to the titanium intake valves, but differs with its traditional oil pan as opposed to the Z06's dry sump lubrication system. GM just didn't have enough room to work with in here, which is kind of odd because I could have sworn the Camaro was bigger than a Corvette. And on the hood is this massive carbon fiber bulge piece, which isn't just here to look good. At the front down below, there's vents that go down into the engine bay, and it's used to extract hot air from the engine compartment. GM must have learned that cooling was kind of important when playing with an engine like this, after seeing what happened to the C7 Z06 Corvettes and their notorious overheating issues. That's why your car has one radiator, and this one has 11. Now, what's not at all surprising is just how fast this thing is. Holy f***. I've never experienced such savagery. It'll hit 60 miles an hour in first gear. In 7 seconds, it'll hit 100 miles an hour onto a top speed just shy of 200 miles an hour. This is a Camaro we're talking about. 0 to 60 in less than 3.5 seconds. Quarter mile, 11.4 seconds. This thing is ballistic. Okay, Jake, compose yourself. Whew. Clean up and aisle my underpants.
One pair of pants later.
Now, what I really love about muscle cars like this is the experience. It's simply visceral. It just activates all of your senses. Maybe besides smell in a newer muscle car, because you don't have gas leaking out like my old muscle car does. But anyways, that is besides the point. And what helps this experience is the dual mode exhaust, which is now electronically controlled as opposed to the previous generation ZL1, which had it vacuum controlled. And the mix of the barking loud V8 and the eerie scream of that supercharger. It's just, there's no way to describe it. The last time I experienced a sensation like this, I was in the Shelby GT500. Just incredible noises. It's like nothing else. Now, the ZL1 isn't just some big bodybuilder on steroids. All muscle, but when you pull its pants down, it's shrimp time. This Camaro is actually pretty smart. Now, obviously with a body like this, it's hard to see out of. That's the price you pay for having this cool vintage boxy style. The rear pillars are huge, which ruins visibility, but it makes the car sexy, so it's a worthwhile trade-off. So to help with that, this thing actually has blind spot monitoring. Pretty crazy for a car that was built to shred around a racetrack. Now this ZL1 also has Chevy's PDR, or Performance Data Recorder, which is basically a built-in dash camera that records as you do laps. And it can also act as a dash cam when you're in a crowded parking lot. In case someone hits you, you'll be able to record and see who did it. But through PDR, you can literally watch your laps, see where you messed up, see where you can improve. It shows your tachometer, your speed, your G-forces, everything that you need to know to constantly be improving your track time. It's a pretty cool feature. Now, this Camaro ZL1 also has a thing called valet mode, so that a valet driver can't pull a Ferris Bueller's Day Off on you.
We're not leaving the car here. Could get wrecked. Stolen.
Take extra special care of this vehicle. Relax.
Basically, when you put the car in valet mode, it limits its power. You can't use the radio. You can't use any of the vehicle's features. This Camaro ZL1, this 650 horsepower machine, also has a thing called teen driver mode. And basically, if for some reason you decide to hand your keys to your kid, now I'm thinking, I wonder if they put it in teen driver mode when I took this. Derek, did you put this in teen driver mode? Are you going to read my report card? Teen Driver Mode basically will give you a report card of how the person was driving the car. So it'll tell you how many times the car went over the speed limit, how many times the car was under wide open throttle, the maximum speed reached. Now the ZL1's interior is pretty standard Camaro. It's not very unique from a design perspective, but you're paying for the motor and all those trick mods that make this car go like hell. I promise you, when you're driving this, you will not be paying much attention to the interior. Regardless, it's still nice in here and I enjoy it. You have these nice Recaro bucket seats which are heated and cooled, so when you almost spin out, you can cool that sweaty crack down. Red seat belts are standard on the ZL1 and add a cool sporty touch. The flat bottom steering wheel, shift knob, as well as multiple other surfaces are suede covered and add a nice touch of class to the interior. And speaking of steering wheel, you'll notice this 50 on the bottom, and that's to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the Camaro, which of course came out in 1967. The odd thing is, that's the only place that you see 50 on this car. Kind of strange. Now you do sit very far down in the interior of the Camaro. It's almost like you're sitting in a cardboard box or like a bathtub. Everything is up and around you. I mean, the door panel is higher than my shoulders, and I'm not exactly a short person at 6'5".
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
It's like you're driving a tank with the small windshield. It's definitely a different experience. Some people may hate it. I actually love it. It's one of the things that I love about the Camaro because this is one of the only cars that feels like this when you're driving it. I like that you feel very down in the car instead of like you're on top of it. It makes you feel like you're in control. You're the commander of your tank. But some people may find it weird or may have trouble seeing over the steering wheel if they're, well, let's be nice with it, vertically challenged. And lastly, one of my absolute favorite things on the interior of the Camaro is the color-changing ambient lighting that surrounds it. It's kind of hard to show you. It's during the day, in case you didn't notice. There's these little light strips all over the interior, and they glow one of 24 different colors that you can select here in the infotainment system. Just a cool little touch that I happen to love on these things. I should also probably mention how good the ZL1 handles, because that's kind of important and it's kind of a party piece for the ZL1. Chevy made it a priority on the ZL1 to not just be a 60s and 70s, muscle car, straight line drag car. They wanted it to be ballistic in a straight line, but also be able to stop at the end and then turn. And boy, can this thing actually turn. It also has something called magnetic dampers. I don't know. You're gonna have to ask your science teacher about that one. That fancy word is part of Chevy's wizardry, that is magnetic ride control suspension. This Camaro is constantly making minuscule suspension adjustments based on the road conditions. And it's done by using some shock absorber with a magnetic fluid in it. And it's constantly adjusting damping settings. And there's virtually no body roll at all during hard corners, which is kind of surprising for a bigger car like this that weighs 3,800 pounds with the manual and even more when you get the automatic. This is a proper 6-speed manual transmission, a proper stick shift, 3 pedals and all. It shouldn't be that much of a surprise being a Camaro, but still. This is the 6-speed manual transmission developed by Tremec, and it's what you need in a car like this. I don't give a hoot how good or how quick shifting the all-new 10-speed automatic co-developed with Ford is, or how it shifts like a McLaren and a Porsche's dual clutch setup, or how much faster it is in a straight line than the manual is. I don't care. I do not care. This manual is brilliant. It shifts clean, it shifts smooth, and it's reminiscent of a bolt-action sniper rifle. It's fantastic. Most importantly, it keeps you well engaged with a car that demands you pay attention when you drive it. And if you can't connect with a car like that when you're driving it, then what is the point? I don't care how good the automatic is, this is the transmission that you want in your Camaro. Now, down by the shifter, you can switch through your drive modes using this switch. First, you have Touring, which is your softest setting. Everything's nice, the steering is easy, the suspension is soft. One click up and you have Sport. Now everything gets a little bit heavier, the throttle gets a little more sensitive, the steering gets a little more weighted, and the suspension firms up a bit. The biggest difference is when you put it into track. Now the steering becomes very heavy. It's not too heavy. It has a very nice weight to it. The suspension stiffens up and you can feel it. And the throttle is in its most sensitive setting. And it's pretty touchy. You could drive around in track. It's not that big of a deal. And it's not like uncomfortable. You also have some cool features similar to the Mustang. You have line lock in this, which will lock the front wheels so you can do a burnout if you're at the drag strip or if you're showing off for some buddies. And you even have launch control in this. There's no set button for it. It's in the gauge system here. You can set the RPM that you want to launch at, and the computer will try to minimize wheel spin. And when you suddenly realize you're doing almost triple the speed limit, luckily up front, you have big 6-piston Brembo brakes that clamp onto 15-inch iron rotors. No carbon ceramic brakes available on the Gen 6 Camaro like the Gen 5 Z28 had. You can even monitor your G-forces and tire temperatures in the gauge cluster here. Tires show up as green when they're cold, and as they increase in temperature, the color changes. So you can get an idea of what temperature the tires are running so that you know how much grip you have available when you're on the track. Or when you're on the road if you drive like you're on a racetrack. I don't do that. I think if this car wasn't called a Camaro anymore, it would completely change its persona. Camaro just has this stigma around it. In the older ones, being quick in a straight line, but the minute you got to a corner, they were bulky and floaty, and it wasn't very good. This isn't just an old muscle car of a Camaro anymore. This is a full-blown sports car, and an incredible one at that. Once again, a massive shout out to Derek, the owner of Northeast Auto Imports, for letting me drive his personal 2017 Camaro ZL1. Very, very grateful for this opportunity. This is an incredible machine. Now you can check out his dealership's impressive inventory of JDM cars and trucks down in the description below. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts on the Gen 6 Camaro ZL1 or Gen 6 Camaro in general. Would you rather have this over a Corvette Z06? Be sure to check out my Instagram at DriveHub__ for updates before YouTube. But that's it for me today. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Happy motoring. Whoa! Holy shit! I need a new word. And one of these. Whew.